class, this is Mrs. Tharp coming to you from my house. Today we're going to be working on baking. I have a delicious treat for the upcoming holiday and break for next week. I thought it would be great to make some yummy treats. My problem is I have to double the recipe. I want to make a lot. So you have to help me by looking at the recipe to double both fractions, mixed numbers, and whole numbers to make sure that my recipe comes out right. Here is my recipe. We're going to be making peanut butter oatmeal bars. And for this recipe, I'm going to need 1 1/4 cups flour, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 cup margarine, 3/4 cup sugar, 3/4 cup light brown sugar, 2 eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 16-ounce jar of peanut butter, 2 cups of oats, 1 cup of chocolate chips. My cooking assistant is going to be my daughter, Caitlin. Say hi, Caitlin. Hi. Okay, we're going to get started with the first step. We're going to talk about the margarine. I like cooking with butter better, so I have to take a look at what a stick of butter tells me is a cup. So if you look right here on the wrapper, can you zoom in on the wrapper? If you look right here on the wrapper, it says 2 sticks equal 1 cup. So I'm going to do some math to help with that. So I wrote here 1 stick equals 1/2 cup. 1 cup equals 2 sticks. That means if I double my recipe like we talked about at the beginning, 2 times 2 equals 4 sticks of butter or margarine. So I'm going to need 4 sticks of butter to double my recipe. Caitlin, can you unwrap the butter and put it in the bowl, please?
I would go back to the
Okay, next I'm going to need flour. My recipe calls for 1 1/4 cups of flour. If I want to double my recipe, 1 1/4 times 2. I take 1 1/4, that makes 5/4 times 2 over 1, that gives me 10/4. 10/4 is equal to 2 and 2/4 because I take 4 and divide it into 10. I have 2/4, that gives me 1/2. So to double my recipe, I need 2 1/2 cups of flour. Next, I need 1/2 teaspoons of salt. That's what the recipe says, but I want to double it. I want to times it by 2. So 1/2 times 2 equals 1/2 times, we put the 2 over the 1 to make it into a fraction, and if I multiply straight across, I get 2 halves. 2 halves equals 1 whole teaspoon of salt. Okay, Caitlin, put the salt into the little bowl. Thank you. Okay, next I need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. If I want to double my recipe, I take 1 teaspoon times 2, which gives me 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Caitlin, put the baking soda with the flour. Nice job.
And then put the eggs.
Not yet.
Oh no.
Next I have 2 eggs. If I double my recipe, 2 times 2 gives me 4 eggs. I need to put 4 eggs in. Caitlin, put the eggs in with the
butter.
Nice job. Next, I need 3/4 cups of light brown sugar. 3/4 times 2. Here's 3/4 times 2 over 1. If I multiply straight across, I get 6/4. 6/4, if I take my fourths, divide it into the 6th, I have 1 with 2/4 left over, or 1 1/2 cups of sugar, brown sugar. Okay, Caitlin, put the brown sugar into the bowl.
This one?
Yes. Okay, same thing with my white sugar. I have 3/4 cup of white sugar that I need. And I need to double that. 3/4 times 2. 3/4 times 2 over 1 again gives me 6/4. And that comes out to 1.5 cups of white sugar. Okay, Caitlin, put the white sugar into the bowl.
Into this one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next I need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. 1, if I double my recipe, times 2 equals 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Okay, Caitlin, let's put in the vanilla. Ready?
Yeah.
1 teaspoon. And then we'll add the next one later. Okay, next I need my peanut butter. 1 16-ounce jar of peanut butter, it says. What we have to do is we have to double the 16 ounces. So here's my work. I took 16 ounces and doubled it times 2. Gives me 32 ounces of peanut butter. Mrs. Tharp uses her scale to measure out 16 ounces of peanut butter. And if I double that, I'll measure out 32 ounces of peanut butter.
Okay.
Okay, mix everything together so far. Okay, next we need to add our oats. So 2 cups of oats. If I want to double my recipe, I need 4 cups of oats.
And which one?
In this one.
This one?
Mm-hmm. Nice job. Okay, next I need a cup of chocolate chips. That's what the recipe calls for. If I double it, I need 2 cups of chocolate chips. Okay, Caitlin, let's put in chocolate chips.
I'm here.
You're here? Okay, ready to work?
I'll have some after.
You want some of those afterwards? I don't blame you. They're good.
Yeah, they're very good.
Okay, put in a cup.
In here.
Okay, mixing everything up, the oats and the chocolate chips. Looks like peanut butter cookies. Okay, I put the cookie mix into a brownie pan, and now I'm going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees for 17 minutes.